It's a strange thing how certain nights never leave you. How something that happened years ago can still feel like it. Just happened yesterday. This is one of those nights for me. I don't usually share things like this. Honestly, I've kept it to myself for a really long time. But sometimes just talking about it makes it a little easier. So here goes. I was 15 years old at the time, a little too young to be working such late nights. Maybe, but my family owned an ice cream shop, and I used to help out a lot. That night, like many others, I had been working late, cleaning up, stocking things, and closing the shop down with my parents. By the time I left, it was already 1:30 in the morning. I remember because I glanced at the clock as I grabbed my bag. I was tired, sticky from work, but also just eager to get home, shower, and crawl into bed. Now, for some context, you should know that the area I lived in wasn't particularly dangerous. It was considered safe enough, but there were a lot of bars around, and bars meant drunk people. Drunk people can be unpredictable. That night I had to catch the very last bus home. I got to the stop and saw two guys already there. One looked about 20, young but clearly drunk. The other was older, maybe middle-aged. I didn't think much of it at first. People wait for buses all the time, right? But the younger man, the way he moved was off. The second I arrived, he didn't stay sitting where he was, got up and walked away, sitting down again about 20 feet away, almost disappearing. Into some bushes nearby. I didn't get it. Why sit in the bushes when there's a bench right here? The older man, on the other hand, stayed. In fact, he got up and sat right next to me. Too close. That kind of close where you immediately get uncomfortable. He tried to make small talk, the way drunk people do. His words were slurred, his breath smelled of alcohol, and he kept asking me little questions. What's your name? Why are you out so late? You heading home? I tried to brush it off, answer politely but short, because my bus wasn't due for another 11 minutes, and I didn't want to start anything. I figured if I just stayed calm and waited, it would be fine, but then he leaned a little closer and told me something that froze me. He said his friend, the younger man, had drunk too much, that he needed my help, that I should go check on him to make sure he wasn't drowning in his own vomit. I looked over at the younger man again. He wasn't just near the bushes anymore, he was sitting inside them, like literally in the bushes. Just sitting there, watching. Every hair on my body stood up. Something was wrong. This wasn't about checking on a sick friend. I told the older man the only thing I could think of. I said I could call an ambulance. But he quickly refused. No ambulance. Just go check. Just help. My stomach dropped. He was lying and I knew it. I stood up, pretending to adjust my bag, and slowly moved closer to the streetlights. Because in my 15-year-old mind, streetlights meant safety. I thought, they can't do anything to me if I'm standing under the light where everyone can see. That's when his demeanor changed. He wasn't slurring anymore. He wasn't friendly drunk anymore. Got agitated, demanding. His voice sharpened. He told me again more aggressively this time to go to his friend, to check on him. And I knew in that instant this wasn't a request. This was a trap. The bus was still 6 minutes away. 6 minutes. It might as well have been an eternity. I glanced around desperately, hoping for anyone to walk by. But it was just me and them, no one else. He caught me looking around. He knew I was searching for help. And that's when he made his move. I had been holding a little sundae cup filled with Smarties from the shop. Just a late-night treat for myself? I remember that detail so vividly because of what happened next. He smacked the cup right out of my hand, Smarties scattering everywhere across the pavement. And then he grabbed my arm. His grip was like iron. My heart started hammering so fast I thought it would burst out of my chest, and then I saw salvation, down the road. A bundle of cars was turning the corner, headlights cutting through the darkness. I don't know where the strength came from, but I ripped my arm out of his grip and tried to run straight into the street. I thought, if I can just get in front of those cars, someone will stop, someone will help. But even drunk, he was faster than me. Stronger than me, he tackled me to the ground. The air left my lungs as I hit the pavement. I tried to scream, to claw, to do anything, but he was already lifting me back up. He grabbed me from behind, pinning my arms against my chest, carrying me like I was a rag doll. And where was he carrying me? Straight toward the bushes, toward his friend. I kicked and screamed and thrashed with everything I had, but it didn't matter. He was overpowering me, dragging me closer and closer to the darkness. And then I felt another set of hands, his friend, reaching for me, grabbing me. That's when the reality hit me. I knew what was about to happen. I was 15 years old and about to be raped in a bush at a bus stop. Everything became fuzzy after that. My panic was so overwhelming that pieces of it blurred together. But I remember the sound. The sudden screeching of tires, shouts of angry voices, men yelling, cars stopping, and then chaos. I was thrown to the ground as the older man let go of me. I scrambled, dazed, trying to breathe. Around me, there was shouting, footsteps, and violence. I don't know how many people were there, but I saw fists, feet, chaos. The bus had come early. The passengers had seen what was happening. I felt hands scoop me up, strong, steady hands. Someone carried me like a child up the bus. Steps. My whole body was shaking uncontrollably, my vision blurring in and out. But I remember looking out the bus window just long enough to see it. 5 or 6 men bus. Passengers kicking the hell out of those 2 attackers. Over and over. Beating them until they couldn't get up. And then I blacked out. Later I learned I had a concussion from the tackle. Stress, shock, fear, they all mixed together and shut me down. I woke up in the hospital, confused, sore, and terrified. The police came. They told me both men had been arrested on the scene. I never had to testify in court. Months later, an officer came to see me and told me they had been sentenced. 14 years each. Not just for what they tried to do to me, but for other crimes. As well, it's been years since then. More than a decade, actually. But my heart has never pounded the way it did that night. That mix of terror and desperation has stayed with me forever, and I can't stop thinking about the timing of it all. If the bus had been even just 2 or 3 minutes later, I might not be here to tell this story. I don't know who those passengers were. I never got to thank them. But they saved my life. And to this day, when I walk past a bus stop or see someone waiting late at night, I get this chill. A reminder, a warning, because evil doesn't always hide in shadows. Sometimes, it sits right next to you on a bench, smiling, asking for your help. And sometimes, salvation comes in the form of screeching tires and strangers willing to fight. For you. So that's my story. Thank you for listening to something I've kept locked away for years. And if you want to hear more true, raw stories like this one, make sure you like this video, subscribe, and follow the channel Truth Red Sun Covid, because there are so many stories out there that deserve to be told.